Hello, boozers, and welcome to the next installment of Booze Reviews. Well, no, that's not where I'm going with this, is it? All right, hey guys, how you guys doing? It is another wonderful day out there. I'm just trying to see if I've got everything all sorted here, so bear with me as I do the usual testing to see if I look good, look fantastic, and look like myself. Hello, boozers, and welcome to the next installment of Booze Reviews. Hey Rod, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Okay, so this is what I've got going on, and if you didn't see it before, there is something happening next week. I was actually on Rod's channel earlier, and I sort of made mention to this in the chat. But should I actually do something first? Yes, we should. It might not be noon somewhere, but I'm going to sit down and have a beer. Today's beer is from, well, New Level, one of my favorite breweries in Calgary right now. We've got the Hellion Lager, and it is just a simple lager coming in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. I have never had this beer, and I've actually wanted to have it for a while. So I figured we go light, being that it is nice and early in the day. And yes, we're looking like it's going to be a very interesting and very clear beer. Now, what you don't know about, if you haven't heard anything about New Level, is they like their lactose. But this is not one of the beers where you will find lactose in it. This is actually a crisp, clean lager by the looks of things. Light head on there that seems to be dissipating really quickly. The smell smells like a lager. Smells like a very good lager. All right. Cheers. That's good. That's a damn fine beer. All right, so um, I have got something going on here, and I thought I would share it with you guys. Yes, once again, I am going to be doing the Village Brewery NutRaiser. Now, it's going to be a little bit different this year because of everything that's going on, but I decided that yesterday they brought up the thing saying that we are doing it again. Here's where you can subscribe, here's where you can donate. So I dropped my money, and again, it's not cheap. But they are going to be delivering, or actually, I'll be picking it up from the brewery, the Bulls Balls beer. Yes, it's true. They are made with bulls' testicles. Now, there's only going to be one beer this year instead of the three that they usually have from three different celebrities in Calgary. This one is made by Bret Hart. He's always been part of this, which has been awesome to see. I've always had his beer. So to have this and to have his beer, it's nothing normal for me. The fact that I don't get to see them in person, shake their hands, say hi, say how you doing. Last year, got to hang out with my buddy JD. Yes, I actually class him as a buddy, and he's one of the DJs from CJ92, Jerry Forbes. I finally got to meet him in person. We've been friends for a long time, and finally got to meet him and shake his hand, say, "Hey, how you doing?" Bret Hart was there last year as well as a few other people. Christy and Fraser from Today Radio were there, which is weird. I was like, "Hey, I'm this person." "Oh, we know who you are." I'm like, "But you've never met me." "Well, we saw you last year." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess you did." So I guess I do make an impact in the city, which is scary. It is a scary thought overall. But this year is going to be from home, and we are going to be doing um, pretty much a meeting online, and we're going to be sharing our thoughts about the beer. But I thought I'd share the thoughts about the beer with you guys, and let's get into this, shall we? We have this. Yes, it is the Village Brewery, and it's Bret the Hitman Hart makes another Prairie Oyster Ale. Some days it seems pretty much impossible to say what Bret Hart does is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. It's hard to say this because some days, like today, Bret made a beer with bull's balls. That's right, a beer made with Sears bull's testicles and sour cherries. Hey, Mercy Beers, how you doing? Um, But to be fair, Brett, he's made a Prairie Oyster Ale many times before as part of his ongoing quest to support the Prostate Cancer Center in an organization that has helped him fight off his own prostate cancer diagnosis. Today, Brett continues to have a clear test and is cancer free. And to say thanks to the team that helped him along the way, he continues to give back. Making a beer with slightly gross ingredients is just one of his many examples of support. He also does some other things as well. I can't remember. There's a few other things he does in the way of giving back to the charity. The flavor Brett decided to create came from his desire to show his Canadian roots, or at least fly the Canadian colors. Hence a sour cherry prairie oyster ale. Now that's a mouthful. Sure, it may be a bit colorful to. Sure, it may be a colorful stretch, but when describing testicle beers, you have to be gentle as possible with the narrative. The beer is a gentle 6% ABV that can only be described as sweet, tart, light with a subtle bull ball finish. You're buying this beer to do good. It's not always necessary that beer is super good. Last year's was good, the year before was good, the year before that was good. I have actually been enjoying the Bulls Balls beers. To enhance the COVID-19 version, that might get me kicked off this channel, of the Village NutRaiser, our pal Bret Hart has created a commemorative, oh my god, you know what I'm saying, piece of art specifically for this year, which you can see over in the thing there. Brett tells us he has always had a gift for drawing funny faces, and his funny faces have always made people laugh. And that, in turn, is a gift back to him. You may recall a couple of years ago, Brett designed a variety pack and used a similar style. In that case, he was quite perceptive on who was included in the drawing. He included people like his brothers and other wrestlers. On this design, the images do not represent anyone in particular, except maybe the one of John Bolton. But even that was happenstance. And I really pity this bull over here because I'm wondering if he actually has his testicles or he's drinking his own testicles. The priority is simply to have fun drawing, and make people laugh. And to show people are having fun, it's his way of celebrating the good that appears in all of us. So you may want to support. So if you want to support the prostate cancer, you can purchase a growler of the Village NutRaiser Sour Cherry Prairie Oyster Ale. Goddamn mouthfuls. And we'll deliver it to you along with an exclusive invitation to join Bret the Hitman Hart and other community characters on a Zoom call hosted by Village Brewery, July 8th at 3 p.m. Now the thing is, it's local to people within Calgary, so I don't think they'll be delivering it down to the States, for example. So that's a tough one. But I actually put my money in. I actually went and said, okay, let's do this. And I've done, it's my 5th year in a row I think I'm doing this. I don't know, I'm losing track. I think it's all the Bulls Balls I've been drinking. I've been keeping track of all the testicles that I've had. And I'm going to make some bad puns here. It's always been for a worthy cause, and it's always been something I've been near and dear to. Um, being the fact that we all of us hate cancer in one fashion or another. I know I do. I know everyone does. It's done a lot to a lot of people in the way of taking people's lives, in the way of making people's lives change, to actually having to fight and having to go through that horrible time of fighting for your life. It's never easy. Rod J just commented with hashtag balls to the walls. Not putting my balls to the walls. So when it comes down to it, what's happening is they're going to be doing the Zoom call. Unfortunately, I will not be able to live stream that because that, unless is allowed, I can't do that. It's pretty much an invite only where you pay your money, and it's not cheap. It's $100 Canadian for a growler of this beer, which all goes towards the charity. And I'm going to show that because yes, hashtag fuck cancer, and it all goes towards the charity. And I always find people are like, well, that's expensive for a beer. Not when you're delivering it to charity. There are years where I haven't been able to afford it, and I've had to throw in as much as I could. But I always try to make sure that I have the $100. My first year, I actually reached out to everyone, and I had people that helped support me by paying or by donating, not paying, by donating up to $100 for me to have the beer, and that was awesome. And I don't. The fact was, this was something that was pretty much, as you see by the date on this, it was July or it was June 3rd that this was sent out, which was, or sorry, July 3rd this was sent out. So this was today. Wow. And I mean, in all honesty, there's a lot of things that I always like to do, and charity is one of them. And this is one of the things that I feel strongly about. The fact that I get to meet Bret Hart every year and have my picture taken with him is something that I just sort of shake his hand, say thank you again year after year, and which is awesome. And see people like Christian Fraser, who I do believe might be in this chat again this year. Hopefully JD's there again this year. Hopefully Jesse Mods is there, as well as Jerry Forbes. Like these guys have been amazing. Um, the thing that a lot of people do not know is one of the co-owners of Village Brewery has been fighting cancer for the past 5 years. He's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and I can't remember the type of it, but he was only given a year to live. 5 years later, he still is going strong, and he still is out there delivering a message, and he's fighting hard. Like 5 years of cancer treatment, of having cancer and everything else, that takes a toll on anybody. But whenever he's around people or anyone else, he is smiling. To shake his very unusually soft hands. Yes, it is very true. He does have soft hands. And like I said in the other chat, he has a soft voice. And me, who's been to so many concerts, I am half deaf. So hearing him talk in a crowd of people, it's never easy. So I actually might be able to say a few things to him this year and actually hear him live on the stream, which would be nice. Because I always felt like a fool. It's like, yeah, I kind of hear you with all these people talking around you, but the noise of everyone else around overtakes his voice. So I feel like a fool every single year. So I don't try to say much to him anymore. Even though I want to say thank you for all the years you've been out there. Thank you for the years you've been in wrestling, for showing me that having a Canadian spirit in there with him and his family has always been something in there. It's just, it's one of the guys that I've always grown up to enjoy. Him and his family, the Anvil, Owen, rest his soul, Brett, and the immediate family of British Bulldog. God, so many people involved in the Hart family. It's amazing. Like when I first moved here, I started working in a place in a mall, and I had someone come in, and it was it was the second time I moved here, and it was shortly after, about a year and a half after Owen Hart died. And I was working in the mall, and there's this one lady that came in, and I'm like, I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you? And it was actually Owen Hart's late wife, and she was in there buying stuff, and it's just the people you see and you don't know off the street is just amazing around here. Davey, yep, the British Bulldog. There's another one. That's absolutely true. And I mean, Calgary has always been a very big hub for wrestlers around here, and they always have treated Calgary with respect, which is great. Lance Storm, he may not have been part of the Hart family, but he was part of being, I think if I remember correctly, he actually did learn to wrestle partially in the dungeon. And he's a big name around here too. He started his own uh, wrestling thing as well, like Storm Wrestling, which recently just closed down, unfortunately. but he was doing his own thing to help wrestlers get to where they need. And you would actually, if you looked, you would see some of the wrestlers in Storm wrestling in the WWE under the NXT title, under the NXT brand, or anywhere else, for example. Like there's a lot of things. Natalia, there you go, Natalia Hart. She's obviously, you know, Natalia Neidhart. Sorry, and yeah, Natalia Neidhart. God, there's the names for like I'll just say Natalia. You know who I'm talking about. But like there's a lot of things that I always loved about this, and going back every year has been something that I always do, and it's the only thing lately I will do during Stampede time. And Stampede's supposed to be starting as of today, but it's not due to, again, all the things that are happening. But it's one of those ones where yeah, I will go down to Bottle Screw Bills is where they usually hold it, pay my $100 and just rub elbows with some great people and drink some amazing beers. If you look on my Facebook channel under my videos, you'll see some of my videos where I've dragged some of my friends into it or they've actually donated and come into it as well. And it's been one of those ones where it's been really, really awesome to have some of my friends come join me. You see Joe from Brew Games come in and we do a review. You see my old co-host Johnny Oldschool, who I dragged down one year. Didn't tell him what he was going for. Meet me here, and we'll go in. And we'll do this. There was also Johnny, the moderately angry Canadian, who I brought with me last year, and he was in awe of all the people around. I'm like, this is us hanging out once a year. I don't get a chance to hang out with Bret Hart all the time. I don't get a chance to hang out with JD or with all the guys that I actually talk to online because of the fact that I'm not in their inner circle, but if they saw me on the street, they would stop and say hi, um, which is great to see. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's for a good cause. I personally, again, would not miss this for the world. And so, as of next Wednesday, when I do this, I will be going live after the chat. I don't know how long it'll be. It might be a couple of hours. So you can expect me online at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Fortunately, it's Wednesday, so I will not be joining the BA 101 because, well, this is more important to me for this. And I will share a glass of this Bulls Balls beer with you guys live. And yes, I will be saving a glass with you, and we'll be doing it. We'll be sharing it. And you're right, Rod J. It is a great cause. Um, I I love the fact that I get to do it. Like I really do. And I love the fact that there is a lot of charities out there that are in for a good cause. And this is one of them. This is definitely one of them that I would always support one way or another. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's worth it. Um, if you guys don't know, you also know I love my charity beers. I really do. Those are the great ones out there too. You'll see me doing charity beers, and well, obviously this is a charity beer. I really feel that I personally can have a lot of fun with this, and it is. It's great. And if anyone comes out to the Calgary area during this time and they want to be involved in this, by all means, I will help them get involved one way or another. If they want to donate some money to the cause, sure, by all means. It's you can even donate. Like even if you can't join or anything else like there, they do have this here where it's donate here, and it'll take you to the site. It'll take you to doing a Zoom, and even if you can't join, there's this other button where you can do an other and you can donate as much as you want or as little as you want, and it'll ask for how much eventually, I think. I don't know. That's a good question if it will or not. Because it doesn't actually have. Well, oh, you enter in your amount here, so you go, let's say $25, and you can actually donate whatever you want as well. You don't have to be it, you don't actually have to be getting a growler. And yes, 3 growlers for $300. Uh, like that's the thing is you don't actually have to you don't have to buy a beer to donate to this because all the funds go to the Prostate Cancer Foundation and it goes directly to them. I received my email from them and it basically said it came from the Prostate Cancer Foundation saying thank you very much for your support. We'll look forward to seeing you, or thank you very much to you know doing whatever. So it's great to see. It's great to just sort of do year in and year out. I wouldn't miss it for the world. So there's that. Um, and yeah, as you know, Stampede is not happening this year, which I'm kind of for me, I'm not a Stampede fan. I used to go and I used to go because they had backpacks from CJ which were $15 and I still have some lying around that are ratted, torn, but they still work. And each year they went to the CJ Kids Fund. Here I go with charity again. And I always buy it because they had these goods in there like a pop, some pepperoni sticks, lots of stuff. Like it was $60 value for $15. You couldn't go wrong with that. Granted, you had to pay $12 to get in if you didn't do the free times to get in. So around here, it's kind of Calgary's kind of like a little depressive this year because of the fact that we don't have a Stampede. Don't get me wrong. Again, I don't like going to Stampede, but seeing how people feel about this, it's not easy. But they're trying to make the best of it. So there is drive-through um, food trucks where you go and drive through, get your stuff. Drive-through mini donuts you have to register for. You have to drive. You can do. They have fireworks tonight and what would have been the last night in Calgary, where they're going to make it so that you can actually see it from anywhere in Calgary. And they've got one of the radio stations. Excuse me. Sorry, I can't. I can't pause it. So you have one of the radio stations out there that are doing the music for it, so you actually get to see it. It was like the 100th year for the Stampede, where they had four corners of Calgary lighting off fireworks, and it was great to see. Except the mosquitoes were horrible, and the mosquitoes are horrible again this year. There's there's that. There's a few things that people are trying to do to make sure that the Stampede spirit isn't dead within the 10 days that we're here, which is kind of awesome. I have one guy that I have on my YouTube. If you've never seen Reviewy McReview Face, go check him out. Seriously, he's got a great channel, and he's got one of those channels that is uh, is really, really, really awesome to see. So let me just see if I can find him. No. Yeah, he's a tough one to find. I just got to try and find him here. 2 seconds. Here we go. We'll bring this over here. You might be able to hear stuff, but all right. So let's move this over. So here's his channel here. Review Make Review Face. He's got a great channel. I honestly have been subscribed to him ever since he actually put me on his channel for one of his St. Patrick's Day. He actually mentioned me in his thing because he's local to us. He's actually doing his 10 days of Stampede. Now he loves his Stampede stuff. So yesterday it was sneak a peek. So he actually did a sneak a peek where it was a video montage of what's coming up for the next 10 days. Today it was waiting social distancing Stampede Day 1 where it would be the parade today. And he showed you how to do your own parade, which was odd, but he's an odd character in a good way. I like his stuff. Um, he's been doing a lot of different things. He doesn't do a lot of videos as he used to anymore, but he's one of those guys that you'll be able to see his stuff for the next 10 days, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he has. He's been one of my favorite guys to check out in the local area. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does for the Stampede time. Even though I'm not a Stampede fan myself, he's there and he's showing off his wares. One of the things, it looks like he's making his own corn dogs, which there's a lot of corn dogs here. Disgusting food. I wonder if he's going to do disgusting food because I'm kind of curious because every year at the Stampede there's disgusting food. Like cricket pizza, for example. Yes, it's true. There's cricket pizza. They had some really weird stuff over the years, and we miss out on that too. Granted, it's not cheap. Um, I might actually try and do something myself. Well, I do have something in the works, and oh God, I I don't know what I was thinking. I'll be honest, I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. I have something coming to me where I really, 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 really don't want to do. But I've had all these people on my Facebook page say that they will see it. Um, it's gonna be kind of scary. It's gonna be horrible. Yeah, cricket pizzas. Hashtag hard pass. No kidding, man. There was some other stuff on there. Like they had some different, like, honestly they got. I mean, they one year they did deep fried Oreos, and I was good with that. I'll have deep fried Oreos, no problem. Or deep fried cheesecake. That was another thing. But they do a lot of deep fried stuff. It's hashtag heart attack there. Um, yeah, I've got something that's coming to me, and spoilers, there's going to be something happening where I'm going to be having it. Um, man, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking that night when I ordered this. I really don't. But I'm not a fan of hot stuff. I am really not a fan of hot stuff. And I actually sent out a message to one of my friends. And I said, "Hey, would you get this?" And then he's like, "Yeah, only if you do it with me." I'm like, "I'll see, man. Like, I'm not a big fan of hot stuff because I've already ordered it, so now you have to do it." Yeah. This is on the way to me. I'll let you read. Or if you want, I'll read for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have got the world's hottest gummy bear coming to me. Cool Little Nitro could be the world's spiciest gummy bear. It may be little, but this incredibly spicy gummy bear contains chili extract rated at 9 million Scoville units. That's hot. Sweeties. That's 900 times hotter than a jalapeno. Go ahead, try one. We dare you. Consume at your own risk and handle with extreme caution. Keep away from young children and pets. Made in the USA. It's only 3 grams. It's a small little thing. And then there's the YouTube challenge for it. We want you to make the best little nitro video on the internet. Post your video to YouTube with the hashtag little nitro challenge for a chance to be featured in our website and social media platforms. Fully chew this fiery bear and see if you can handle the heat. Can you go a full 5 minutes without relief? A little nitro challenge. See if you can handle the heat. Consume this beer without relief. Rules of the challenge. Little nitro must be fully chewed. Once eaten, you must go relief until the heat subsides. I've been seeing some reviews on this, and there's one guy that couldn't handle it. He actually poured milk down his front, down his gullet, down everywhere else. To make it worse, the guy that I said, would you buy this? He goes, only if you do, and he bought it. Um, Basically, his friend said, if you guys do this, I'll drive him out to Calgary so you can do it live together. And he was serious. So there might be something in the works on this. And yeah, whoa, some hot gummy bears. That is, and it's one gummy bear. One gummy bear. That's all that's in there. Is one gummy bear. I'm I'm scared. I'm really scared. I have not handled anything past Frank's hot sauce, Tabasco. I'm 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 so dead. There is no way my stomach is making out of this alive, or other body parts of mine are making out of this alive. I can't. I can't do this. I've got some ideas of what I want to do with this, but I can't do it. There's no way. Like I'm legit scared of this. I did get some other candies as well that I'm going to be doing live on here since I actually do some food reviews. So I found some stuff that oh, due to high order volume, all orders being shipped within 7 to 10 business days. Oh, cool. So I can actually cancel out of this. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I might actually see if I can get my money back on that. This is how serious I do not want to do this. The burn is hashtag the burn is coming. Well, I know that there's gonna be a song out there that we all know and very well. The Burning Ring of Fire. Oh my god. I had way too much to drink that night and when I went and ordered this. So yeah, I got a couple things coming up. Um and it being it being Stampede time, I'm really just I Stampede time. I'm kind of just making the best of it. Today I was supposed to work. Well, today is one of the days where we at my job don't work because everyone takes the day off for the Stampede parade. And today is one of those days where they was like, we're honoring that, so you're not working today. I was like, cool, I don't have to work. This is awesome. So I'm glad that I don't have to work today. So I have a long weekend, which is nice. And I did actually enjoy my Canada Day. It was one of those days where I actually just did nothing. Normally, we would go up to my wife's dad's place in Airdrie and we'd watch the fireworks up there, hang out, and just have a good time. This year it didn't happen for obvious reasons. It was the first year in 10 years we didn't go up there. Um, it's kind of weird. It really was kind of weird. I understand why, but I didn't like it. I don't like what's going on with this. I really don't like what's going on with this at all. I didn't get a chance to really articulate how much I don't like what's going on, but I understand it. Uh, my daughter graduated from high school. Her graduation was a video on YouTube of her picture and everyone else's picture, which I didn't realize there's about 250 graduates from her school, which was weird, but okay. Um, so that's what I got to see was a video. I haven't taken my daughter out. Yeah. Corona has so much shifted. Like it's scary. Um, I haven't had a chance to take her out for her 18th birthday. Legal drinking age out here is 18, so I haven't had a chance to take her out for a drink. Um, Due to the fact that I don't want to risk her or expose her to anything, just in case. Doesn't mean I didn't get her a 4 pack of something, which I will never have again. Um, I got her 4 pack of the Smirnoff Berry Blast. If you know what that is, it's like the 3 berry thing. It comes in like blue, white, and red or whatever on the can. And it was gross. It was absolutely disgusting. I am not a fan of vodka. And that reminded me why I am not a fan of vodka at all. Especially Smirnoff. Ugh, gross. Though I did pick up a vodka locally. And I'll probably be reviewing that at some point in time too. It was more for my wife and myself. But yeah, that was something that I really I wanted to see my oldest daughter. I want to see both my kids graduate, but I want to see them in an actual graduation ceremony, and I didn't even get to see that. They had a drive-through grad, but she didn't want to be part of that, which kind of sucked because I was looking forward to seeing her graduate. But it wasn't about me. It was about her and what she wanted to do. I think that should be about the parents' choice myself, but that's just me. That's just me being a upset parent. Um, yeah, my mom and my brother and my nephew were supposed to come out for her graduation, but they never made it out because you couldn't fly really. And if you did, you flew back, you're in 14 days quarantine, and I would be in 14 days quarantine because I was with someone who was out of province. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Like there was a vacation planned over the summer, and that's been canceled as well because we're not allowed traveling outside the province. Um, we're not supposed to. So it's there's a lot of things that really has affected a lot of people, whether they actually caught the thing or they didn't. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now where we should be paying attention to as well. But I'm not going to get into the other stuff. I really, as much as I think is important, I'm not getting into that because that's a 2 hour discussion right there in itself, and I don't have 2 hours to discuss this. Nor do I have enough beer to discuss this, or I haven't even had breakfast. So that can be discussed on my Facebook page, um, not on my Boots Reviews Facebook page. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things happening that's the times have changed. Next week I'm getting ready to have 25% of our staff come back. Uh, Being the fact that we're actually making sure that we're under control. The office that I work in has got signs all over the place. I had to buy a couple of cloth masks so I can actually use them and make sure that if I'm around anybody that I can be around them. I've actually the scary part about this is there's been people that live in other areas of the world that can't go back because their flights have been canceled that work within our company. So I've had to help them in person. But they've been quarantined for 30 days, whatever else they've been doing. So it's been good, but you still take precautions. You have your hand sanitizer, you have your wipes, you have your mask, you have your gloves and everything just to make sure that you as a person are safe. If they don't bring their own stuff, they have to wear masks now too. It's mandatory. If you're around people. I've had to use an office, a meeting room space, so that we have 6 feet of distance between us, so we can actually work on each other's stuff, and we play musical chairs, um, which it's everything has changed. It's really, 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 really fucked up. But we'll get through this. And I keep saying this, we'll get through this. It's going to be a long time before we get through this, and people don't understand that, and that's the hard part, because there's a lot of people that are getting impatient with this, and it's causing issues. It's causing some discrepancies of stuff, and that is tough to see. Myself, I've had my moments. I really have had my moments. I've broken down a few times, and it's been horrible. Um, I'm human. We're all human. But I mean, we don't get to do things the way we're used to. 46 years on this planet, and I don't get to enjoy something that I've always enjoyed, like going out, doing a couple of things where I get to really enjoy going out, going for a walk, being with a bunch of friends, or anything else. Breweries have just opened up again, which is nice, and I think I might be going out to a brewery eventually. Just not today. There's so much things out there that we all have to take into consideration, and I really, really, really appreciate the frontline workers out there. I really appreciate everybody that's done stuff. Um, even No, actually, I can't even say the name. No, I don't appreciate them. But I'll say the name in. Minhas even made a hand sanitizer around here, and they sold it. Yeah, Minhas. Oh, Minhas. But I bought a Last Best hand sanitizer instead, or a Two Rivers hand sanitizer, because I'd rather support them versus Minhas. And I'm supporting local too. So, won't being hit breweries here for a bit. Oh. Wow. Okay. So have your breweries actually opened up at all? Like, because for us, our breweries have opened up. Limited capacity, like half of what they can do, spacing and everything else like that. Like I went to Outcast a couple of times and hung out with them. There was all of 5 people in there, and which was great. I got to hang out in one of my favorite breweries with hardly anyone in there. New Level I've been to a few times, and there's hardly been anyone in there. And I sit down and have a beer and just enjoy it. I think I should get my own VIP table there, that and also Outcast, but that's just me. I the liquor stores have always been open here, so I've always been able to get beers. They've actually made it where you can have deliveries to you, but a lot of places have kind of stopped because they're now opened up again. So, oh yeah, mean hitting, damn autocorrect. We've had some open. Okay, okay. Oh, won't be hitting the breweries here for a bit. Sorry, Rod. I was like, won't be hit. Okay. Yeah, autocorrect has failed me a few times too. It's awesome. Uh, no, I really I really want to see this thing end soon, but unfortunately, one just mandated masks for when moving around, which is good. Move on. It's a good move on their part, I feel. Yes. Yes, it is. Mandated masks is something like I walked into my breweries with masks on. I bought a mask from Railway Brewery, so I'm still supporting local, and I have a mask, just so I can wander around, and it's a cloth mask. I don't mind putting their name on my face. I sometime in mid-July, I've got 3 masks coming to me from. I figured it was for not doe. Doe is a female deer, isn't it? And raise a drop of golden sun. But yeah, so I mean, I don't mind supporting local in that retrospect. I bought, as I said earlier, I bought a vodka uh, from Two Rivers, from these guys right here, and it's on my um, Facebook page and also my Instagram. And if you don't know what my Instagram is, it's boozereviews.ca. There, I've done my pimping out on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I've had basically where I went and bought this vodka, and it's a coffee vodka, and I've mixed it with Coke, and it is phenomenal. I love it. It's like having the caffeine or the coffee Cokes that they've got out, the energy drinks, except without all the caffeine, which is great. I like it, and you have alcohol in it too. So it tastes just like that, and that I would take any day. No shoes, no service, and everyone is fine. Add no mask, and everyone loses their mind. And you're a poet, you didn't know it. It's true. It is honestly true. And I don't mind wearing a mask. I really don't. I hate the fact that I can't really fully breathe in it, and every now and then I find myself taking a deep breath. But at the same point in time, I know that that will pass. Yes, I have a small anxiety about breathing properly. The vodka sounds interesting. Dude, I will do a review on it. Don't worry about that. The vodka is amazing. It is really damn good. They also just came out with a coconut one. And for Father's Day, they had a jalapeno, they had a pickle, and then they mixed both of them, and it was a jalapeno pickle one, so you can make Caesars out of them. Yes, thank you very much. I don't like Caesars though. So, I saw that espresso rum that you had coffee, and I've yet to find it here. I've really not looked that hard. Because that was, or was that the tequila one that you had? That was a tequila one, didn't you? I can't remember. You'll tell me in a second because the stream's catching up. Um, I just there's some stuff, and I've had an espresso vodka before, and it was delicious. I even had a peanut butter and jam vodka before. If you've never heard of Van Gogh vodkas, pick them up. Like they've got some great flavored vodkas, really good. And this is coming from a guy who hates vodka. Seriously, there is actually vodkas that have been proving me wrong, and I hate vodka. Absolutely hate it. It's like drinking paint thinner to me. But you throw some flavor in there, it actually isn't that bad. Damn craft vodka. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of things out there that I really think has been beneficial from what's happened. But there's a lot of things that we really. I had the tequila one. Oh yes, yeah, the tequila one was. That's the one I saw, and I kind of wanted it badly. And I really need to find that because yeah, I even have I have an absinthe I need to do too. There's a few reviews I've got to bring out. Oh, I still got to do that other absinthe that was sent to me. Maybe I'll go edit that after we have that game of hockey. I'll go edit the absinthe review because that one I owe to one of my buddies in Europe who sent it out to me, and it is one of those absinthes that catches you off guard, and I actually made some friends drink it with me. I'm a evil little boy, but I love it. Uh, I think maybe I'll post that next. Hey, and for the grill, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that have been good, been bad. Um, so for me, I don't mind the social distancing. I don't mind the fact that I've been stuck at home. I game a lot. I stay in my basement a lot. I hang with my family a lot. I don't go out a lot. You spend a lot of money if you go out. At least I do. But I've also been realizing that when you order things online, it gets expensive too. I have placed 2 orders with Flying Monkeys Brewery as of late. My last one involved no beer. So, haven't had absinthe since many years ago in New Orleans. So here's the funny thing for me in absinthe. I don't have absinthe. I had it once. My first time having it actually was when I shared it with my friends. And it has got something in there where I personally don't think should be in there, but my buddy over in Europe sent it out as a birthday present for me. And hey, Rod, just making my rounds, checking out all these new channels. Well, thanks for checking me out and for the grill. I've actually subscribed back to you. Um, I've really got to check your stuff out because I'm a barbecue fan. I am a huge barbecue fan, and I actually do like to barbecue a lot. I really feel bad for my barbecue because I abused the shit out of two of them now. My second one caught fire. Never buy a barbecue from Walmart, but I still use it. I still use it. Yeah, my neighbors did not like me that day. That was fun. Yeah, and no, it's so back to the absinthe. The one that I have, I got a couple of months ago, and I saw it in one of the stores when I was in Victoria, and it was a local absinthe, and it was one that was cheap. Like it's 70 proof or 140 proof, 70% ABV, and yeah, it's and basically I bought it because in March COVID was starting, and I personally thought, well, people are saying that if you have high alcohol, you'll be safe. So I bought this. I haven't had it yet. It's upstairs, and I've got to have it, and I'm going to do a review on it because it's from Tofino Distillery out in Victoria or out on Vancouver Island, BC, and it is a big absinthe from what I sound of it, and I'm going to try it. Apparently, you don't put it in coffee. One of my friends did that. So, getting back to the comments here, Rod and for the grill have been going back and forth here, just making rounds, some new in rounds, checking out all these new channels, and I appreciate that again. Cheers, brother, to Rod. Good stuff, Grill. Yeah, well, thanks for participating earlier too. Rod J was live earlier. You'll probably be able to see it whenever YouTube brings it back up. Um, YouTube's had this slow ass shit for all of us where we go live and it takes a while for it to actually show up in people's timelines. Um, and Rod says, Dan has a good channel here. Thank you very much, Rod. That means a lot to me. Rod and I have been back and forth for a while, and yes, we might actually go live to play hockey. We probably will in a bit. So I'm looking at lockdown like this. Every day is a weekend, and every weekend is a super weekend. That is a good way of looking at it. I really wish I could say the same thing. I've been working through all this lockdown. So I've been one of those essential workers where I work in IT and I am helping other people that are sitting at home working. Oh snap, 1-2 barbecue. Yeah. No problem, Rod. My pleasure. So yeah, we have some places rolling back openings, but I had already been working from home, so not much of change for me. Actually, like not going into the office. Right, fellow Canuck. I'm in Kelowna. Dude, you're in Kelowna? Oh man, that's why. That's why you were saying about Canadians on Rod's channel. Serious, and for the grill. All kinds of funky stuff going down these YouTube streets. Okay, fellow Victoriate here from Victoria, BC. Got married in Penticton almost 3 years ago. Love going to Kelowna, love going to Vernon, love going to Penticton, love the Okanagan. Yeah, YouTube has some issues. Yeah, so it has some issues when we're doing this live stuff. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm a BC boy throughout, big time BC boy here. So I love BC, and I was supposed to be going and traveling. Peach Town, that giant peach. Yeah, I got married on the beach of Penticton, and I fucking loved it. It was one of the best weddings I've ever had. And yes, I've had more than one. Two to be in fact. I love Penticton. Yeah, it is a small world. It is really a small world. And honestly, man, I have subscribed to your channel. I've started checking out your stuff. It's good to see a fellow Canadian on here, and I'm so glad that, like, again, I mean, I've got a friend that's in Kelowna, Skaha Lake. Actually, no, it was Lake Okanagan I got married on. The other end of Penticton. So I got married at just a little small cove. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's off of the main drag in Penticton. There's some little small cove right near the boat docks there, and I got married there. And it was great because there were some ladies that were nude sunbathing right beside me when I was getting married. Gotta love BC. Uh, it's one of the best things ever. So, um, yeah, no, Penticton, Kelowna. I've got a buddy. Actually, I was just mentioning about that hot pepper that I bought. One of my buddies is actually coming from. Uh, One of my buddies is actually coming from Kelowna to come do a live video with me. So, it's if you ever check out the Fermentation Project on YouTube. These guys are actually, one of them's from Kelowna, one of them's from Armstrong, and the other guy just moved back to Edmonton. But the guy that's from Kelowna, all three of them are really good friends of mine. They're really, really awesome people, and they haven't done videos in a while, but they've been trying to keep up their Instagram, which is really cool. Uh, let's see. See if I find it here. uh, so these guys right here, the Fermentation Project, really good guys. Again, they haven't done videos in a long time, 2 years to be exact. But their Instagram they've been keeping up on for a little bit. And they've been doing a lot of different things. Like this is Kyle. He's out of Kelowna. He's doing a lot of stuff, but again, they haven't done a lot of things. But really great group of guys that I got to hang out with. So, so that's pretty awesome overall. Yeah, I'm hoping to come back and visit Kelowna at some point in time. I absolutely miss the Okanagan, and I really want to go back. In fact, I've given myself 6 years to move to Penticton. I'm moving back. I really don't care what it takes. I love Calgary, but Penticton is my feels like home. On a side note, Rod J says. So, yeah, all good, bro. I've been getting in the market for a bit, just getting back into it. Oh yeah, as we're talking back and forth about different things. And Rod J, on a side note, Tuesday, PS4 will release NBA 2K0 and one of the Tomb Raider games for free games for July. Looking forward to that. I really am. And for the grill, all right, I got you locked in. I'll be notified when that happens. Nice, Rod. I got to get my game on soon. And Rod J's asking in for the grill if he's on PS4. In for the grill, 22 years in the Okanagan, and I am so jealous. Uh, Last time I was out there, I was out there last July, and I had to get away. Rajay knows my deal of what happened last year. I actually had a lot of things happen last year, and I had to run away from here. So, we're all on PS4. That's a good thing. But I went out to Vernon and I hung out at my aunt and uncle's place in Vernon. They overlook Swan Lake off of Highway 97 there. And it is just absolutely amazing. I love going back to the Okanagan. And right now we can't even get from Golden to Revelstoke because there's a flood. And yeah, there's a flood happening between the two, and now they got one lane going through. But I want to go back. Like I miss BC. I always go back. I flew out to Victoria in March, and I basically took the ferry across and hung out with my uncle and everyone there for a bit, and it's just been a great time. I've really, really, really enjoyed it. But I miss it. I want to live in the Okanagan. I want to have a couple of fruit trees in my backyard so I can enjoy some beautiful fruits, go and make some jams, do whatever. Just, yeah. Taking my daughter to Enchanted Forest tomorrow. I have always wanted to go there. And the hard part is I drive by every time I go to BC. And I just, oh God, I tell you, man, you drive by and that parking lot is packed. Everyone loves going there. I really want to check it out. My aunt's been there. They've shown pictures. I want to go there one year and just to wander around there. Um, I love the fact that I'm 90 minutes away from Banff, which is great. BC, bring cash. No kidding. Yeah, no, Kelowna's got some great breweries out there. Vernon's got some great breweries. Penticton, love their breweries out there. You'll see me talk about Cannery a lot. Cannery and I are really, well, the marketing lady for Cannery and I are really good friends. I can't say enough great things about the Okanagan, and my heart is there, and yeah, can't wait. I can't wait to live there. It's on the top of my list, and my wife's like, "Yeah, we'll move there," and then now she's kind of hesitating a bit. I'll convince her though. I'll convince her. I just have to try and get enough funds so I can actually turn around and buy a $700,000 townhouse and live there. Okanagan ice wine is world renowned. Yes, and actually, there is a spirit that I have from. I want to say it's out of Vernon. I think it is the Okanagan Distilleries, and it is a pear brandy. So yeah, ever since the big forest fires here, things have definitely been have quieted down a bit. I'm gonna share something with you, and let's see if I can find it here. Um, I wonder. Oh, it's on my old computer. I don't have it on this one. Damn it. I was gonna try and share it, but I can't. So yeah, there's that. That doesn't work. Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Let's see if I can find. Give me 2 seconds, and you guys talk amongst yourselves, and let me see if I can find something here. Hopefully, it doesn't stop the streaming like it usually does when I move things around. I hate when it does that. So it hasn't done it yet. So yeah, there's been a few big forest fires, and I love it. No, I don't love forest fires. I'm distracted. Can you tell? When I got married down there, there was a lot of forest fires because it was down in 2017 that I got married. So I haven't shut up for. I'm gonna let Rod talk now. Rod doesn't usually talk that much. He jumps in there every now and then, but it happens. It does. Um, yeah, there's like we had a lot of forest fires when I got married down there, and it was brutal. It really was. Oh, Fort Mac was brutal. Yes, definitely Fort Mac was definitely brutal. Um, but when we got married down there, there was a lot of forest fires. The heat was insane. Uh, the 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 there were so many forest fires that when the Lake Okanagan was having like washing up. They're washing up with like dead, burnt branches up onto the beach, and it was just it was horrible to see. But it was one of those ones where I wouldn't have traded it for the world. I love the fact that some of the backgrounds that we had were absolutely amazing. Now, my wife is probably going to kill me for this because she doesn't like having her face on it on here, but you know what? Whatever. um, let's see. This was the background, and I'll show it really quickly. It's not going to be much. But this was the background that we had during the forest fires. It was 23 degrees outside. We got married on the lake, and this was one of our shots. All that in the background was smoke. It was absolute smoke, and it was brutal. I mean, the smoke lifted every now and then when we took pictures in the background, and it wasn't that bad, but yeah. You know, I watched the full-grown bull moose swim full across the lake. Oh, right. It is a great shot. It really is a great shot. And it was one of those ones where it was perfect, but it was smoky. Like, that's all smoke. But, like, that made for the perfect picture. And that's something that we, and that's a clear date. It is. Like, it was a sunny day. It was a very much a sunny day, but that was smoke. That was all smoke there. And I mean, we went there for vacation 2 years prior to that, and we woke up and it was 26 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning. And by the time we got down the beach, it was 42 degrees, literally 42 degrees Celsius. Clear day to me in the States. It was 42 degrees, but you step on the sand, it burnt your finger, or burnt your feet, finger. Wow. I've been talking for a while. It burnt your feet, but it was still amazing. Like, I love the Okanagan summers, even though there can be a lot of smoke down there. Um, yeah, that's where I'm gonna live. That's where I'm gonna be because you do have four seasons. You do have a winter, you do have a spring, you do have a summer, and you do have a fall. All of which do have everything that I have here, but not as intense. Winter is 8 months long here, and it's scary. Summer, you get a lot of stuff. Oh, she does get warm in that part of the desert. And that's the thing is you don't think of it as a desert the way it's all around. But you travel down to say Oliver and rattlesnakes too. Yes, there is rattlesnakes. You travel down to Oliver, for example, and that looks like pure, pure desert down there. Um, so no, and you get rattlesnakes. Well, no, actually, you get rattlesnakes in Medicine Hat, not in Calgary. But you do have rattlesnakes in basically the Okanagan, but you don't have as many or as prominent as many in the city areas. Oh, you're from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and you moved to BC. Oh God, I know the snowfalls there. Man, you get like 7 feet snowfalls. You've been in every city and province in our beautiful country from coast to coast, and I'm jealous for that. I really am. Like, furthest east I have been is Medicine Hat, Alberta. I've never been to Saskatchewan east, and I want to go. I really do. And I mean, for Rod J, I have been to the States. I've been to California, and I've been to Washington State. Those two are the only things. So yeah, just like the sun, I rose in the east and I'll set in the west. I like that. You know, Rod, if you ever come up this way, let me know. I'll see if my wife could we could put up with you. I put you up for a little bit, just if you want to check out Calgary, for example. Example. Don't be. I was homeless and I was ripped around the Greyhound bus for 23 days. You know what? I'll throw this out there right now. I didn't mind traveling on the Greyhound. I traveled on the Greyhound a lot between Calgary and BC. It didn't bother me any. I mean, I was stuck in 8 hours in Revelstoke, no, Golden. So, West Coast Rod. Yeah, I was stuck in Golden for 8 hours in the middle of winter for, and it was December 26th. And I was heading back home, and I was stuck in Golden for 8 hours because of an avalanche, and I didn't mind it. Time I got to Halifax, I felt like a pretzel. Yeah, okay, 23 days on a bus is a long time. And I'm sure that that bathroom in the back smelled wonderful. Well, you get to change buses and whatnot, but still. And now Greyhound doesn't run in Canada pretty much. You have to find other ways of getting through there. But it was cheap. Greyhound is cheap to drive on. It is really cheap to drive on. So, uh, it's one of those great things, that's for sure. So, however, I've been rambling on for, oh wow, an hour and 11 minutes. I probably should get going here because A, I should probably do some cleaning since I have the day off and it's my chore day for a bit. B, I need to have a game of hockey with Rod J before he gets tired and drunk and I beat him and he just blames it on being drunk and tired or just too much alcohol in his system. Um, I'm kidding, Rod. I'm kidding. But oh, good. I learned how to live off peanut butter and jam sandwiches. Oh, I did that when I was a kid. So, yeah, those Pacific Mountains are definitely treacherous. They are. They really are. But I don't mind. I mean, like I said, right now they're flooded between Golden and um. Oh, watch time is gonna be beautiful on this, thanks to you guys. I do admit that. I Yeah, between Golden and Revelstoke is flooded right now. They have one lane going through, which is weird, really weird. But it's been a lot of rain, a lot of shit happening this year. So, cheers. I'll be on the lookout for the vid. Perfect. Hockey on deck. Yes, sir, it is. So, I gotta get going here. Thank you guys for joining. You have yourselves a wonderful day. I'm out of beer. I'm almost out of topics. I talk for hours. We already know this. But until next time, I am PK, and we'll say see ya until sometime soon. And I'm going to go and give a pause for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, because YouTube Studio likes to cut me off really. Oh, they opened up one lane. They opened up one lane to it. One guy on social media, Crack Max, he's going through there right now.